I moved out here from St. George, Utah, because St. George, Utah wasn't really a healthy lifestyle for me without my other half. He was locked up, and so I was on my own, single parent. It was a mess for me. My life there was not, I wasn't able to focus on my kids, I'll put it that way. And so in order for me to focus on my kids and myself, I had to leave there. So we came here hoping that his side of the family would be able to help me. Instead, they did not help me, and me and my boys ended up homeless. So I went to find their DHS office and asked about certain places where I can go, what help I can get, and they referred me to CCS. From CCS, I spoke with the receptionist who referred me to Jen. She was in charge of the housing, I believe, and so I went to talk to her, and from there that started everything for me, helping me get on my feet, helping me get my boys situated and our family lifestyle back to how it was before. Tanya and Jen were both just big assets to this networking thing where I was able to get all the help I needed just to try to get into this place and stay within this place. So right in February, Tanya called me and says, "Hey, have you found a place yet?" And I'm like, "No, because they all denied me. What about if you mentioned the Catholic Community Services are behind you and will help you?" When I did that, the apartment complex that we're in now have it. They accepted it and was like, "Okay, well, since you're working with them, let's see if we can get you here. Let's get you off the streets. Let's get your kids off the streets." And so after that, once I was accepted, I called Tanya. I told Tanya I got accepted, and Tanya's like, "Okay, I'm on my way there. Let's do this. Let's get you moved in." By March, I was in. And after March was when I emailed Jen and told her, "Thank you so much just for the networking stuff." She networked, she knew the positions we were in, and it was nice. It was very lovely for me to get that help right away. So, she's like, "Are you in need of this?" "Oh, yes, I need this." She goes, "Okay." 2 weeks later, she'll end up calling me, like, "Hey, I'm going to come and drop off this, or for this from the First Baptist Church, or this from so-and-so. And she was just, very great. I didn't know about Bags of Love until Tanya, towards the end of the program or the help, that she was like a 3-month program. She came with these big, huge bags of love, each for the kids. I started crying because it was like, wow, really? Of course, me and my kids barely had any clothes. We just moved out here and we're just kind of new to the town or the whole state. Besides Jen and Tanya, their help with the housing, they've also told me about other resources that CCS offered that I took advantage of, which was the food box. And I love the way they make those food boxes. Just for my family, it was enough to feed us for about a week. They make them very good and very thick. There's so much there that I'm actually surprised there's enough to, people donating food, that much food to help out families. I've also taken advantage of their what was it called? The bus pass. They help me, I know other programs are able to help with that, but knowing that CCS helps with a bus pass on Tuesdays, I take advantage of that to try to get my kids out of the home, go for a walk, see the beautiful views of Oregon. What else is there to do, right?
Do you like that aspect?
I like the fact that I can pick and choose what I do eat instead of it being given to me, because most of that, we may not use it. I may not know how to cook it. In St. George, Utah, they just give you the food box, and it's for whatever size the family, 4, 5 people. Here, it's 4 people for me, and I would walk through, and they'll give me an option between cereal, oatmeal, and rice. Of course, I always take rice, but if they see one of the boys crying for something else, what makes me even more happier is the fact that they just, all right, let's go ahead and give you that. If it's on a good day, they'll hook me up and give me 2 per person, just depending on how they are with their supplies and donations. And I like the fact that I can pick and choose, because if you was to give me some chicken broth, I would have no idea what to do with it. But if you give me a can of chicken, I can fix something with that. So I'm glad I can pick and choose here at CCS. Definitely.
Good.